The Jets have been, for about a decade, 8-9 years, have been so bad at quarterback that there's no reason for me to be cynical or snarky. Last night looked like Mona Lisa. If you go to the last 8 years, that was one of the great nights of quarterback play. I don't know if it's long-lasting. The schedule gets tougher, but I thought that looked like a highly functional offense, and Aaron was comfortable. That was my take. Yours?
Yeah, this is the Aaron Rodgers that I expected them to have last year before he got hurt, and this is the potential with Aaron Rodgers, and you look at what they've been able to do this year. What's it? 3 touchdowns in 3 straight games. They had one game all last season where they had 3 touchdowns. He looked poised. His movement was very good. It looks like he's got a rapport now with the wide receivers when he's changing plays at the line of scrimmage. That's really positive. And we can ding the Patriots, but the Patriots, they upset the Bengals. They're ahead of the Seahawks for 59 minutes. They had played pretty well coming into this game, and the Jets just dominated. And when Aaron plays well, it makes everybody else play better. It gives them something that they didn't really have all last season, which was hope the entire game. They know that they can play with anybody as long as Aaron's playing. You know, he doesn't always have to play this. If he plays to some semblance of it, it's so much higher than what they've been playing with, you know, for a long, long time.
New York. WFAN radio today, people are talking Super Bowl. This is the way it is. When you were the Jets coach, even Robert Saleh last night's getting all worked up, and Aaron Rodgers is like, chill out, dude, chill out. It's week 3. It's the Patriots. We're home. Did you feel like after big wins when you were the Jets coach, sometimes you had to temper things, talk radio, newspapers, fans go nuts? You know, when you don't have any water in the desert and you get a bottle of water, it's the greatest thing of all time. I could see the Jets getting over their skis here, or is that not an issue?
Yeah, it's absolutely an issue, and that's another positive of having Aaron Rodgers around. And you even saw it with the hug or non-hug or whatever you want to call that on the sideline. He'll do a good job of tempering everybody's enthusiasm, not to the point where he's discouraging them being confident, but you understand that it's a long season. And you can go into, 1 or 2 game streaks, but they haven't had, again, a lot of hope for a long time. So now seeing what this potentially could be, and it's with an asterisk, who knows how bad New England's going to end up being, but that glimmer of hope, they've been so desperate for it for so long that's going to get blown up, and then you got to make sure guys aren't going on the radio or on podcasts or in interviews and talking about how great they are before they actually do something of any significance.
Listen, some of these young quarterbacks play like Bryce Young, and I don't see anything. Some like Anthony Richardson, I see talent, but he's struggling with the layups and stuff out in the flat. I see a power arm with Caleb. I see great mobility. My bigger issue is on the offensive coordinator, what are you? They're not running the ball. I don't know what they are. Now, some of that, Keenan Allen's a veteran receiver, a really dependable third down guy, and they miss him. DJ Moore's more over the top. But my takeaway is when I watch Caleb, I'm like, can you just give me a semblance of a run game? Do him a favor here. That's what I want to see, is be something. It's not intramural. Like, be something. What are you? What's your concern?
You sound a little bit like Nick Wright, where there's a lot of excuses for why he's not playing well, and it's one of those things where he needs to control the things that he can control, and they've had a bunch of pre-snap penalties, whether it's false starts, delay of games, illegal formation, things like that. A lot of those are on the quarterback. That's cadence. That's understanding where guys are supposed to be. That's something that's inherently in his control. And you and I talked about this a lot leading up to the season. Don't start with not losing the game. You don't have to try to make a great play every play and extend it and take an 18-yard sack, and now it's killing drives, it's killing field position. So it's that.
I don't know what happens. And so before the season started, J-Mac and I went back and forth, and I said, I think the Jets are going to be a 9-ish, 10-win team. I think they'll be in the playoff race with Miami for that wild card spot. Buffalo's going to win the division, and they're already in first place. I said they'll be in that wild card spot until week 16, 17, 18. And that's what I thought. And so last night's game in August looked like we thought it would look in August. Aaron at home against the terrible Patriots team. But when New England beat Cincinnati, I'm sitting there thinking, hey, and New England's got a bite. They're terrible. Bill Belichick left Gerard Mayo a mess. New England is talentless on offense. So, and nothing personal, but Aaron, yes, he's going to beat talentless teams at home against a talentless New England team on a short week with a rookie head coach. So here's what the Jets are. They got crushed by a really good team. They crushed a really bad team. And they had a real tug of war on the road against an average team. That's what they are. But we know that Aaron is at his best when he's comfortable and playing with a lead at home, decent protection. He was comfortable last night. Again, at home, playing a bad team on a short week, had to go on the road. Aaron was really comfortable, and it felt good. And the other thing is, like Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football, Kirk looked better on Monday night than the previous week. Kirk moved better. The happiest moment for the Jets was the first time Aaron moved out to the right. He got flushed out to the right. Aaron moved better. So that is a really good feeling for the Jets, because in the postseason, if you get there, late in the season, postseason, January football, you got to extend plays. You got to make plays off script. That's what Mahomes is doing. Hurts is doing. You can't just be sitting in the pocket. I don't care if you have the best coach and the best roster. Jimmy Garoppolo just sat in the pocket. You want to be able to move, and Aaron now is moving. That's a great sign. So if you extrapolate Aaron's numbers, if you take his first 3 games and you extrapolate him over the season, now the schedule gets tougher. He's got to face Josh Allen twice. Tua will be back. Got to face him twice late. Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence. He's got to face much better quarterbacks. And you cross your fingers on Garrett Wilson's health, because if he's gone, it's not the same offense. But if you project Aaron's numbers, this is what they would look like at the end of the year. 3,500 yards, 103 passer rating, complete 67% of his throws. Are you kidding me? New York Jets football? I would sign up for 10 years of that. So Aaron may be 40, but like Kirk Cousins, he looks like he can move a little bit now. Let Jet fans bask in the glory. I mean, just let them have it. This is no day to be cynical for Jet fans. They're going to go on WFAN radio in New York, and this day they're buying their Super Bowl tickets. But you remember yesterday I went on the show and I go, I don't understand the line. And when I got off the show, I got a text from a buddy. He goes, Colin, New England's bad on the road, short week, rookie coach, bad quarterback play. That's why it's 6 and not 3. And I'm like, okay, that's why he's a better, I'm not. That's why he's a pro, I'm not. But you figured it out pretty quickly. Aaron at home, Aaron comfortable, a team on a short week. There is no reason to be cynical. Now, I think the Jets' margins, I'll say it again, are very, very thin. If they lost a Breece Hall or a Garrett Wilson, they got to win with defense. And I'm not sure this is a great defensive team, although they looked great last night. But let's just take a deep breath. A team that's been a D+, C- student at quarterback over the last decade on average, they had an A night. Let them have fun, a second beer. Let Fireman Ed scream and yell, and they don't get these very often. The Jets don't look good at quarterback very often. So when they get it like last night, yeah, I know it's New England. Yeah, I know we all thought New England would be the worst team in the league. When they beat Cincinnati, we went, they're the worst team in the league. Here's a happy Aaron Rodgers on a nice win. He looked good. New York's happy. New York football hasn't been good Giants-Jets in years. Here's Aaron.
Feeling real good out there. I felt good pregame, and I've been progressing. I said to you guys after week 1, it's going to be a process of continuing to extend plays once I feel more comfortable, and this was kind of the first step in playing like I know I'm capable of playing. I felt like I was, myself.
He was. He looked good. No cynicism, no snarky, no condescending. The Jets looked like, let's be honest, before the season in August, we said, it's going to be a 9 or 10 win team. 9 or 10 win teams with a Hall of Fame quarterback, even if he's old, are going to hammer teams like New England at home. They did. Good job. So earlier in the day, I always said there was one baseball player. There's only one athlete in my life that I didn't see play that I wish I would have in all sports, because I got old Wilt Chamberlain. And that was Sandy Koufax, who literally the greatest hitters of his time are like, yeah, Bob Gibson was this, Bob Gibson was that, but nobody could hit Sandy Koufax. Like the greatest players, the Frank Robinsons are like, yeah, you just couldn't hit him. This could literally not hit him. And anybody